Hello everyone, this is Angela and I'm finally back with another video. I know it has been a while, but I'm sure as you can hear right now, I am getting over a cold. It's going on probably week 2 now, but it's getting better. And the reason it has taken me so long, I mean, let's be completely transparent here, is because of a bit of, I would say, disappointment that I've been experiencing on my end of things when it comes to expectations from God, you know. And I'm no longer in the place that I was. God transitioned me on, what was it, January 31st? And which is fine. I knew that was coming. He had already been speaking about it. However, I think the disappointment came into place when I was expecting to step into the promises, the things that he's been speaking over my life, as far as the job and, place of my own that would eventually come. So when it didn't happen in that manner, I just didn't know how to feel about things. Once again, this whole journey has been not a disappointment. It's been amazing. However, the expectations that we place on God, the things that we are looking for, if we don't surrender our expectations to God, you will experience a lot of disappointment. And I want to apologize right now for the background noise, because where I am now, the place that I am now with my sister in Christ, we live off of a main street. So there's a lot of traffic, and I'm sure you could hear it. But God has been pressing on me and pressing on me. Share your testimony, share the gospel, all of these things. And I've just kind of been hunkering down in a bit of rebellion, so to speak. I hate to say that. I don't necessarily want to call it rebellion, just more so, well, it is rebellion because I didn't obey right away. It was more or less the disappointment that I was experiencing in my heart and thinking that, okay, once I relocated from Texas back to Virginia, now it's time, it's getting ready to happen. And when it doesn't happen in that manner, you just you almost lose hope, so to speak. And that's why I'm here, because I want to tell you guys, first of all, don't lose hope. Don't give up on God. If he says he's going to do something, God is not a man that he shall lie. His word shall not return to him void. You just have to keep moving. He's provided for me along this journey. I haven't missed out on anything, though for some it may seem that way, that I left here, got rid of everything, moved to Texas, and then I relocated back with nothing materialistically. But what I have gained spiritually, mentally, emotionally has been amazing. And I will say this as well. God is not going to take things from you or ask you to give up things that he will not restore. And he will restore. I know what God has spoken to me in my heart. And just because you have to be careful of people that are speaking into your life and telling you that, how it looks to them. It doesn't matter how it looks to them. It matters what God said. So y'all, excuse me, I didn't put my phone on airplane mode. But so you just have to be mindful of that, because you will have people trying to speak into your life. They don't do what God tells them to do. They don't follow God. They don't obey, but yet they're trying to tell you how your journey should look. They don't have a journey of their own. They have one, but they're not obeying God. So be mindful of that. And just because they are confused, of course, no, God is not the author of confusion, but I'm not confused, although you might be, but this is my journey. So I have no reason to be confused over what you think. Okay, so this is what you have to explain and let people know. Let them think what they want to think. You just keep moving forward, being obedient to whatever it is God has told you to do. And I will tell you, at one point, I even considered, maybe I should move back to Memphis. Maybe it's time to go back home. But I didn't feel it in my heart. God has not released me to go back to Memphis. That's not what he's told me to do. Just keep moving forward. He continues to provide. The provision is there. Keep moving forward. And this past, 2 Sundays ago, the first Sunday I came here with my sister, we went to her church, and I wasn't going to go. I was just kind of adjusting to my new surroundings and everything. So, and I just needed a minute to, just to receive everything that was going on, to adapt, so to speak. And then at the last minute, I decided to get up and go to church. So I jumped up, got ready for church. We went to church, and the pastor came over to me and he called me up. He said, you have been experiencing a lot of rejection from those around you, those that you love. He said, haven't you? I said, I have. Everything he said was true. He said, and you're ready to give up, but God hasn't released you yet. And I was like, wow. And I knew everything he was saying was true. Everything he said was true. But I also know this, and he confirmed it, because God had already told me, your season, this season that you're in, is almost over. So I know what God has promised me is not all about the promises. He's been preparing me for the promises. So I just want to let you know he's doing the same for you. Don't give up on God, because he is not giving up on us. Let go of your expectations. Surrender them. Once you surrender your expectations and your thoughts and all of these things, then you're able to move forward and just enjoy the journey. It's more or less like, oh, wow, what is God going to do next? How is he going to bring it to pass? You know, the way he had me leave Texas. So now when the place that I was in, I was there for a few months and it was time to go. And I knew God had told me that it's time for us to leave here. So then I was like, well, where are we going next? And I'm thinking, okay, now it's time for the job, because he had been saying this. So when that didn't happen immediately, I was like, what are we doing, Lord? I'm tired of this, you know, these transitions. I'm tired of moving. What are we doing? So in all of that, I will say, comes a lot of testing as well. So be mindful of your behavior during these times, you know, your attitude. Just receive God, you know, receive God and his decisions with gladness, with joy, and just keep moving. You know, as long as he's providing for you, he's made the provision is already there. So wherever he sends you, the provision is there. So just like Elijah and the widowed woman, when he had him, first he was staying at the brook. Okay, and once he had him to leave there, he was providing him food and water, meat and water in the morning and the afternoon or the evening from the ravens. He did the same thing when he sent him to go live with the widow woman. And he told her the oil will never run out, the oil and the flour that she had, and it didn't. They ate until the drought was over. Every day they had a meal. Same thing with me and the same with you. God will provide. The provision is already there wherever he's told you to go. So let go of your expectations, you know, the hurt, the disappointment, and understanding God has already worked it out. Just continue to follow him. The provision is already there wherever there is that he's told you to go. You know, I see a lot of people on excuse me, on social media and or YouTube, and they get up, they pack up and they leave and they go places with children, sleeping in cars and things like that. And that's not the God that I know. You know, I can't say what God has told you. I can only say that's not the God that I know. He's not going to have you out here homeless with your children, nowhere to go. You know, if he's told you you're going to be leaving and you're going to be moving, just like he's done me, he will provide for you along the way. Provision will be there for you to make the move when he says go. So I just needed to say that to someone today, okay? So once again, it has been a while since I've been here, but I just wanted to come on and tell you guys I'm doing fine. I am, like I said, I'm getting over this cold, and my sister in Christ, she has her own cleaning business. So I've been working with her during this time period, you know, until God tells me what is next. So it's been amazing. And she was praying for the help as well. So God linked us together just like that, you know. So, yeah, I just wanted to share that with you today and to encourage you. Keep going. Don't give up on God, again, because he won't give up on you. Wherever he tells you to go, go, because the provision is already there. And I will talk to you guys soon.